You're probably wondering what is 2 years too late. Well, 2 years too late started out as a project for my Media 1 class during my freshman year of college. The initial idea of the project was to gather sound files from a walk with a recorder and then use that sound to create a short film with stop motion photography to make a short movie. For a while, I didn't honestly know what to do because I was stumped on ideas. I've never really been challenged with that kind of a project before. So I was very stumped, and I was running out of time. One day, while I was on break, I started sketching some things in my note in a sketchbook, and I was like, oh, maybe this could work. And it turned out to be, and the sketches were very rough, extremely rough. But it turns out that they would help me lead to developing this story, which I'm not going to lie, I don't think is too creative, but it's creative enough for me, at least. The story is about a person who has this weird personality. I wouldn't say disorder, but it's something along those lines, where every 2 years his personality completely changes, and he becomes a completely different person, to him, it happens both physically and mentally, because the old personality fades away the old personality fades away while the new one takes hold, and it's all physically represented. And in the original short film, I, for some reason, decided maybe I'll put some clocks on the characters to show, hey, time's running out. And honestly, it was a mistake. It was really bad. But this idea stuck with me, and I kind of wanted to expand more upon it, which is what the 2 years too late extended kind of comes into play. It's in production. Well, it will be in production eventually, but right now this is sort of what I'm hoping to create sort of deal, I guess. The story of Extended follows the main character, who in the short film does not have a name, but for right now let's call him Paul, I guess. Paul basically is 19, he's about to turn 20, and he wants to make the most of the day because he knows that at the stroke of midnight he will forever be changed and he will no longer be the same person. So what he wants to do is make his final days count. Paul wakes up, he sees what the time is, and all of a sudden he's in a rush. He's rushing to the shower, he's literally eating something really quickly, and all this would be shown very quickly. It would be shown in very quick stop motion, sped up even faster, to show just how much of a rush he's in. And then he's out the door. And when he gets out, after leaving his apartment, he goes to find two of his friends, and he basically tells them, hey, we're going to go out and celebrate because today is actually his birthday, and his friends know this, and they're like, okay, yeah, let's go have fun. And he's like, awesome, we're going to have the best day ever. And so they go into the city. First thing he does, he gets a tattoo. And his friends are like are you sure this is okay? And he's like, you're worrying far too much. Now let's go have some more fun. And his friend's like, okay, where to next? And he says, let's go get drunk. Now keep in mind, he's turning 20, so he has a fake ID on him. So just let's put that in there, his character, that he's kind of reckless. And at the bar, he's wasted. He is he's not out of his mind, but his friends are worried about him. They pull him aside. They're like, we're kind of worried about you. What the hell's going on? He basically tells them, leave me the hell alone. I want to have the best night ever. And they try to get him to leave, but he disappears. And he disappears somehow, and they are just absolutely lost as to where the hell he went. And they look outside for him, and they kind of just scratch their heads. Then we get a jump cut to a focus on a pair of thrown about underwear, showing that he's having sex with somebody. We don't know who the person is. All we know is that he's doing the deed. After that shot, which holds for a good while, we jump on to him being awoken after the deed, and he notices that his phone is saying, "You have 1 hour remaining." He set a timer ahead of time to let him know when it's going to end for him. So he gets up, leaves, and he arrives at a destination. What this destination is, it could be anything at this point. It could be a park, it could be a campus, anything, honestly. The point is, he gets there, he's got either 15 or 10 minutes left of life. He sees this structure, and this structure currently has no shape or form in my mind. It just has to be something climbable. And he looks at it, and he has this he's compelled to climb it because he wants to do something memorable one last time. Climbs up. When he gets to the top, he basically just gets all excited, does a whoa, a victory cry of sorts, like, "I am the best, I'm the king." Something like that. Probably not the king, but then he comes down. He finds a bench. He's exhausted. He sits on the bench. He looks at his phone, and he realizes he's only got like a few minutes left. And he's sitting on a bench alone, and there's he's sitting under a light, and this light is just shining down upon him. And then from the darkness of the shadow where the light isn't hitting, we see this figure, this man in a hood and a coat, walk towards him. And I'm going to backtrack and point out that this guy has been in a lot of the shots. He was at the bar, he was outside the parlor, he was on the street. He has been in the background since the beginning of Paul's journey. And the reason why that is because the hood man is the new personality that Paul will have. We aren't aware that this new person, that this man approaching, is Paul yet, or will be Paul, but we get a close up on Paul, and it's either going to be like a sad smile or like a streak of a tear rolling down his cheek, and he hands this stranger his possessions: his phone, his wallet, a necklace. Maybe not a necklace. But the important bit is he gives this stranger his items that belong to him, even his house key. And the stranger takes them, and he de-hoods, and we get a slight shot of his lower face, and it looks nearly identical to Paul's. Save for like a few changes, like maybe like he looks a little older. Then we pull out and we see that it looks like an older version of Paul, and then it just cuts to black. And then the next day we see Paul is going about a normal day. He's saying hi to his friends. He's waving around, and either he's at his job or at school. I can't really decide. But the point is, he goes to the bathroom, and it's a lone bathroom. Like, there's only like one toilet there or whatever. It's not in his apartment at all. He goes to his bathroom. He goes to the bathroom, but we see him washing his hands in the mirror. So we get a close up on his hands. Nothing's out of the ordinary. Then we pull up to see what's his reflection, and it's not the Paul we know. It's the hooded man, kind of coming into play that this is a new Paul, and that somehow he's different. That would be the end of the project, really. That's how it ends. It's neither a happy nor a sad ending. It's just an ending. And thank you for listening and watching these sketches go across screen. Thank you.